Let's walk and talk. So I'm in Sequouia National Forest right now. Well, I'm staying right outside of it, 10 minutes. Day one just finished. We're on day two right now. We're going to Sequouia, the Crystal Caves in Sequouia. But let's talk about some of the true crime that's happened out here. So that is my theme. And while I'm talking about my theme, I'll show you guys some cool footage that I got on my Canon EOS R50 and my iPhone. So let me find a place to sit down. This Airbnb also is beautiful. Lots of nature. Apparently there's a black bear that was outside of the Airbnb on day one at like 2 or 3 a.m. My dad saw it. I was sleeping through it apparently, so he was roasting me for that. But let me show you the view. It's really nice. It's loft style. I'll post some of the interior clips in a little bit, but I mean, this place is awesome. There are tons of creepy things that happen in National Forest, right? So, I mean, I'm gonna highlight one. So back in 2016 in Sequouia National Forest, there was this dad. His name was Miguel Pacheco. So he killed his 14-year-old son. He had the crash out of the century, killed him, drove his body over to Sequouia National Forest. He was from Visalia, California. That's like 40 minutes away. We passed it driving here. And just dumped his body in the forest. So obviously that triggered a search for this juvenile. Obviously, you know, he's a kid. Where's the kid at? He didn't come to school, didn't do anything. But eventually an off-duty National Park employee found the kid's body. And I think she was walking her dog. And she like reported it. So obviously that linked it back to him. There was evidence. It was clear he died by strangulation. And now the guy's convicted. He's going to serve 25 to life in jail. There are other instances of crime happening in Sequouia too. For example, one of the park rangers was assaulted in the 90s there. You know, you're out in the woods alone. And that can be scary, you know, especially for women. For example, like me and my dad, we went to the park. We left our Airbnb at like 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m. yesterday. To get to the park. We got to the park, 10 minutes to the visitor's entrance, but then an hour drive into the park to actually like get to like the Sherman tree and the big trees and everything you want to see. Dude, we were the only ones on the trail for a while. Like we saw a few people by the Sherman tree. It's the big attraction. But I mean, after that, you're kind of on your own at that point. We were alone for, I would say like 60-70% of the entire hike there, up until like 10:30, 11 when people started actually showing up and coming out to the park with their families and stuff. Another scary thing about national parks are the cold cases. You know, for example, I have them pulled up right here right now. There's tons of cold cases that happen in national parks with budgets being cut, limited funding, limited terrain. The rangers can only go so far, and the police can only go so far to investigate. Because these national parks are massive, dude. Like, you've got, like, hundreds, if not thousands of square miles of coverage in random areas and animals and wildlife everywhere. So it's hard to find somebody who wants to go missing in a national park. Another crazy thing, too, is the cults and stuff like that. You know, there was rumors of cults going around in San Bernardino Forest. It was, like, satanic cults sacrificing people's pets and sacrificing people out there. And the national park had to issue a whole thing about like, hey, this is false. Like, I'll put the picture up right now. Just because there was just a lot of misinformation there too. You know, if you guys have played Fears to Fathom, like Iron Bark Outlook, that was the type of shit that was going on. And that's not to say that doesn't happen. That definitely happens out here, especially because it's so secluded. You can do whatever you want at some points. Like if you're camping there at night, who's to say like a whole group of cultists are not going to pull up on you? Also, I'm sure the park rangers have seen some crazy shit in their day. Like, people getting sacrificed, finding bodies. There was one recent story about, I think it's like, God, I forget the name of the park. It's like Royal Islesworth or whatever it's called. There was someone on Reddit that posted about it, about someone screaming at night, and then the park rangers had to hike 11 miles to find a dead body out there. Like, that's some tough stuff. And, I mean, for anyone that's camping around those people, that's terrifying, too. There's crime everywhere. Like, you can get the vibe in the video. There's just crime, crazy stuff everywhere. There's cultists everywhere. There's a bee following me, so I'm trying to just walk away. Or maybe it was a hornet. I don't know. I like bees. I don't like hornets. I'm back inside. got hot out. It got a little hot out there, to be honest. So I'm just gonna keep recording from inside here. But this is kind of like a vlog and talk true crime thing for me. It's pretty fun so far, to be honest with you. But like I said, dude, there's just so much crazy cult-like activity out there. There's a lot of true crime stuff out there that happens in these national parks, these national forests, wherever you go, really. I mean, nowhere is truly ever 100% safe, so that's to be expected. You know, they're actually on the hunt for like a dude that's, I think, evading people through like a national park right now. I think his name's Travis Decker. He killed his 3 daughters. People have said reports of this random hiker that was avoiding people and they're not like equipped for the terrain. That's in Washington State right now. But there's still a manhunt going on for him. And they haven't found him yet. It's just, you know, the terrain, everything. I think national parks and forests just make, as crazy as it is to say, you know, it makes a good escape for these serial killers. It's like the perfect ground for them. It's so vast, it's so wide. If you get there early, like I was saying, like me and my dad are the only ones out there. There's barely any people out there. And a lot of the, you know, there's a lot of cold cases out there that don't even get caught because of the terrain, because of the animals. Like you could kill someone, let's say like a serial killer kills someone out there, right? They could, like an animal or a bear or something could eat the body really quickly, get rid of it, I guess, you know? Also, I'm reading more about these true crime stories that happened in Sequouia. So we were on Big Trees Trail. That's like the Congress Trail and Big Trees Trail with the General Sherman. Those are like 3 iconic places to go to with Mora Rock and Crystal Caves and everything. You know, those are top on the itinerary. Apparently there was a dude flashing a gun there threatening to shoot people in 2021, pretty recent, like 4 years ago. That led to a shootout with the police. People got injured, you know? But the police took care of this guy. In 2023, this guy, you know, someone was hiking alone early in the morning and some guy came up to them trying to rob them of their wallet, their phone, and their keys. Like, if you lose all that stuff out there in the national forest, you have zero signal. We had no signal for the 4 to 5 hours we were hiking there. But I mean, we weren't alone, you know, it was me and my dad, so we would have been fine. But someone hiking alone like that, like getting threatened to get robbed, scary situation. The guy refused to give the guy anything. Then the suspect fled into the forest. The park rangers went after him to find him. I don't think he was ever found. Now, there's also reports of missing people all over national parks. You know, the 411 missing persons thing, the whole map where it's like the U.S. cave systems and national parks are linked to missing people, which makes sense. If you're out there, you know, 1,000 square miles of terrain, wilderness, a lot of unpaved trails and paths you can go through, there is bound to be a ton of missing people here. The Sequouia National Cave, or the Sequouia Crystal Caves, there's a family that went missing in 2016. They've never found them since. They were last seen inside the caves or near the caves. Never been found since. Like, nature is unforgiving. They could have been killed by a person, an animal. They could have just gotten lost and died, you know, via natural causes like dehydration or starvation out there. You just never know out there. That's why you gotta have a map. You gotta stay informed. You gotta know your limits too when you're going. There's a lot of crazy stuff that happens. You got cults, you got true crime, you got accidental deaths, everything. And this isn't to sway anyone that's taking a personal trip to Sequouia. Sequouia is good if you're doing a solo trip. You just have to know when to turn around, dangerous parts. If you see a sketchy person, what to do. Like bear spray and like stuff is banned from inside the park. So if you encounter a bear or two, I mean, you gotta be careful. But bears aren't really necessarily aggressive most of the time. Thank you guys for tuning in for another video. You know what? Let me show you all my favorite pictures that I've taken of Sequouia so far. Like I said, I took some of my Canon EOS R50, which I'm recording with right now, and my iPhone 15 Pro. Let me know which one's your favorite. Dude, these trees are massive. Definitely take a trip to Sequouia. Hope you enjoyed the true crime stories. If you want a true crime story from another park, let me know and I'll make one. These are fun to read about and it's super creepy too. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Can't be with that background, dude.
These things are so soft. It literally feels like velvet. Baby Sequouia. adult Sequoia. Okay, it's day 2 in Sequoia. I just got a bagel from Sequoia Coffee and a French vanilla latte. So the bagel is it's like a bacon, egg, and cheese thing, but it has cheddar, jalapeno, it's like a cheddar jalapeno thing, spinach, and then some onions. Let's see if it's good. You guys are on a beanbag. It's like a makeshift tripod. Okay, let's see. It's good. I hate when bagels are chewy. This one, easy to bite through, soft, really good. Everything in here blends well too. I got this without I think it was pesto mayo. I'm not a mayo person, so this is really good. If you come to Sequoia National Park, go to Sequoia Coffee and get this, it's good. Let's try the latte. That's good too. A little on the sweeter end. I like my coffee a little more bitter, but this is still really good. I like the wrapping too, the checkered wrapping. Very classic.